大家好，今天是2017年的12月9号，星期六，欢迎大家来到迪迪 TV 的频道，我是迪迪。我们正在给大家带来的是2017索尼 PSX 的一个发布会。如果没有订阅我们的频道，就订阅一下，我们将会给大家带来更多精彩的直播。也关注我们视频频道在哔哩哔哩、优酷以及 YouTube 的迪迪 TV。YouTube 记得点选小铃铛，就能看到我们最新的这个发片。我们现在看到就是 PSX 的现场画面。今次索尼会给大家带来一些对马岛之鬼、一是战神、一是最后的生还者2的一些消息。我们一起来看。下午还会有一个这个 VR 的一个访谈，届时我们基本上都会跟大家带来直播的。这个就是一些索尼游戏的一些播放。这边还是给到这个 MLB18的一个视频，及高尔夫，还有 PlayStation VR。VR 游戏也是索尼今年比较注重一个游戏类型。这边给到的还是这个 VR 游戏的画面。PlayStation Now 以及是 PlayStation Plus。正式开始了，三角圈插方块，经典的索尼 PS4 手柄的一个按键。
Welcome. I'm so glad you could join us here, PlayStation Experience. Thank you so much for coming. Sean.
Is this a furniture convention?
I think we're going to play a game. We're going to kind of move our way back and forth across the different segments here.
Right, and hopefully ending up with those nice postmodern gray office chairs. This is awesome.
Yeah. In all seriousness, folks, it is unbelievable to be here again at another PlayStation Experience. So exciting to have all of you here. I really... Give yourselves a round of applause for joining us here in Anaheim.
我们先听一下这个 社群媒体负责人的一
And I
个说
can't
法。
think of a better way to close out this highly memorable year than with my friends. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Really.
Yeah, it's incredible. And Sean, it's been a heck of a year.
Wow, hasn't it been just? It's been a crazy year, 2017. I think we saw a lot of great game releases. Any Uncharted fans out there? So Lost Legacy was awesome. We're certainly proud and pleased with what our friends in Amsterdam pulled together with Horizon Zero Dawn. And then without telling anybody, just kind of slipped the Frozen Wilds out there.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
Sneak it out there. I mean, what's great, too, is the year got off to such an incredible start. Resident Evil 7, one of my absolute favorites this year.
Yes.
If you haven't played that in PlayStation VR, you haven't played it. Persona 5, Nier Automata.
Right. Yeah.
Incredible year, incredible games. One of the strongest game lineups I've seen in years.
My personal favorite, one of them anyway, is Everybody's Golf.
That's a terrific game.
Can we get some love for my golf game, please?
Gravity Rush 2.
Gravity Rush 2, yeah.
You could sit here all night literally listing all the incredible games that came out this year.
Right.
But we've got a little bit more in store.
We've got other things to do.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
You know, I mean, I think it's such a special year. And I mean, then we had Paris Games Week. I mean, you know.
Went really well. We saw the reveal of Sucker Punch's new opus, Ghost.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, that's going to be great. We saw some of that in the trailer right now, but there was a lot that happened in 2017.
我这边是不做这个翻译，只做一些这个解说讲解。我们还是来听他们怎么说吧。
2018 is going to be another tremendous year for PlayStation, both in PS4 and PSVR.
And we're going to talk a little bit about 2018 here tonight. We're also going to bring you closer to some of the world's top developers right here. I think it's something that makes PlayStation experience unique and special. You folks can be right here with us, all of our friends right here.
Thus all the furniture.
And all this furniture right here.
We're going to try to build a super group up here.
You can tell us what you think at the end, but I think we have a special night here ahead of us. We're going to have some old friends dropping by, Sean.
Yeah, we're going to have our group chairman, Andy House, is in the house.
That's right.
And he'll be joining us later with our old friend, Mark Cerny.
That's right, PS4 system architect. Mark Cerny's dropping by.
Right.
Are you guys fans of God of War? You like God of War? Okay. Corey Barlog from Santa Monica Studio, he's going to come in and give us a development update here tonight.
Right. The taxi's outside with the meter running, but Corey's going to run in here, deliver a report, and then get right back to the studio and get that work done. And we're having Media Molecule.
Yeah, Media Molecule. Did you guys check out the Game Awards last night? You see that new trailer?
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, they're doing great stuff.
We're also going to take another look at Concrete Genie here a little bit later tonight. One we're all very, very excited about. Another one we announced at Paris this year. So we're going to have some updates on 2018 games. We're going to take a peek or two at the PlayStation Experience show floor, which I know a lot of you are going to be excited to check out over the weekend. And there might be a surprise or two in store, Sean. What do you think?
I think there's more than a surprise or two, indeed. Right. And we have some shots of that. We're going to go to that now, or?
Yeah, so we got a big weekend here. And actually, one of the things I'm personally super excited for are the panels we've got going on tomorrow.
It's a great lineup.
Really killer panel lineup. I think the best we've ever had. I mean, look at this stuff here. We've got Naughty Dog doing not one, but two panels. The cast of The Last of Us 2 will be right here, right on this stage, actually. You'll be able to see them. You'll be able to see all the Uncharted voice actors for the big 10-year anniversary. Sucker Punch stopping by, Media Molecule stopping by. Super excited that Justin Roiland and William Pugh are going to be stopping by. I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan.
这边是一个这个流程的一个
So it's just a lot of great stuff.
告知。
Yes.
Then can we talk about that show floor?
Yes, the show floor. We were taking a look at that earlier today. It's like nothing we've done before.
Yeah, we have some photos, I think, too, if we could show
can we put those up on the screen?
Oh. Days Gone. I mean, that's an experience right there. Get your phone ready.
Yeah, that's the entryway, so you're going to have to find a way to get through that.
Are they ticklish? We'll find out
tomorrow. We're going to find out, yeah.
Another one.
And one of them is a real human. You have to find out which one that is.
Another one I'm really excited about. It's incredible. Shadow of the Colossus. Wait till you see this. Tell them what they get to do, Sean.
So what you get to do, this is one of the key colossi from the game. You will be able to climb up the back of it and put that sword right into the center of his head. It's the thing you've wanted to do when playing the game. You'll be able to do it now tomorrow at the show.
It's incredible. I mean, that's just a taste. There's so much more. It's the biggest show we've done yet, so I hope you all check it out tomorrow and let us know what you think. Got a lot of PlayStation VR here. I know not everyone gets a chance to go on with this. Oh. This is the Inpatient.
The Inpatient is here.
The Inpatient from Supermassive.
Oh, that was nice of Oz to sit in the wheelchair like that.
Yeah.
But you will be taken into this experience via wheelchair, and you will have an asylum experience, just like it is in the game.
They wheel you in,
totally
they close
creepy.
the curtain,
Trust
and you
me.
play the demo. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So
it's not for the faint of heart.
Not at all. So around 80 playable PlayStation VR experiences here over the weekend. And so lots to see and do on the PlayStation VR front. But actually, Sean, speaking of PlayStation VR, I believe you do have a new PlayStation VR game to reveal here tonight.
Yes, we do. And I think it's really important, though, to talk about the VR stuff. Get out there over the next couple of days and experience it. Because you can read about it on the web. You can hear Sid and I talk about it all the time. But until you put the headset on and have a gaming experience like that, you'll never really know what it's like. So please, for the next couple of days, get in there and do that. Because we have a new game we're announcing tonight called Firewall. Firewall 0 Hour, I think is the full title. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, here we go. This is the first gameplay we're seeing of Firewall. Now, this is actually from the folks at First Contact Entertainment. They're serious shooter developers. This is a team-based 4v4 tactical first-person shooter. So attack and defense on the two teams. And there's a huge amount of emphasis being placed on sort of the tense motions and movements. The pacing is very realistic, peeking around corners. Here, we're going to see some of that here in the footage, but just a very early sneak peek for all of you here. Firewall is coming to PlayStation VR. You'll be able to use either a DualShock or your PlayStation VR aim controller, if you've ever picked up one of those, with Farpoint or something like that. So this is looking mighty promising, I got to say.
Oh, it's incredible. It's so tense to be in that four-on-four, trapped in the room, throwing flashbangs and trying to clear rooms out of enemies.
Yeah, this is one we've been wanting to tell folks about for a while, and I know people who have tried it have really come out raving. So,
and it's on the floor.
That's right. It's on the floor here. You'll be able to play it this weekend, 4-on-4, Firewall. And it will be exclusive to PlayStation VR. So excited to see that. So, Sean, what else do we have on the VR front? Anything else?
We have a gift. And a year ago, we launched one of my most favorite games, The Last Guardian. Any Last Guardian fans? It was such a seminal moment for my career because I think I've been working on that game my entire career. and so we were able to ship it last year around this time. And in the meantime, Ueda-san and the group have come together, and they've made a VR experience based in the world of Last Guardian, where you'll be able to go in there and experience that with Trico, calling the beast and moving across a level. It's probably, 15, 20 minutes of gameplay. But we'll be putting that up on the PlayStation Store
December 12th here in the US and Europe.
And that's our Christmas present to everybody. So please go get it.
Next week it's free.
Yeah.
It is actually a standalone experience.
Yes.
You don't need to actually own The Last Guardian either. So if you've got PlayStation VR, you can get The Last Guardian VR demo.
Right now.
Here we go. Seeing a little footage here. Sean, do you think Trico's feathers are more plush and downy in VR?
Well, I think you can only rub them one way. But yes, plush and downy would be one way to call it.
Yeah.
这边是这个乌鸦的这个
fine feathered friend.
最后的守护者。
It is. It's something else. It really is. So please make some time during the next couple of days and get in and try this. And then on December 12th, go home, download it, and
play it.
Enjoy for Christmas.
Nice stocking stuffer there. So that's the Last Guardian VR demo coming out next week.
Right. But wait, there's more.
There is more. There is more.
We like to go back from time to time and look at some of our classic catalog games that we have, because we believe that a great game is always a great game. And sometimes you have to refresh and bring them back on new platforms because, sadly, you can't go out and buy a PS1 and play it. So what we have here is we've taken a game we delivered last year. We brought Wipeout back, and now we're going to bring out Wipeout VR.
Yeah, let's check out the trailer.
这边是一个金属的一个 VR 版。这个应该是反重力赛车。
Now, this will be an update that you'll be able to download to your copy of Wipeout, and this will add the VR capabilities to the game you have.
Yeah.
So you have to supply your own air sickness bags. We can't give you any help with that.
Yeah, and the free VR update is coming early 2018, Sean.
Yep.
That's
yep.
right.
It's on schedule. It's on time.
I think a strong start so far to 2018, and I gotta say, I'm actually really getting fired up about 2018 because I mean we've got Far Cry 5 coming early on in the year. Really excited for that one.
That looks great.
Shadow of the Colossus, which.
Yeah. And that's all going to be playable on the show.
好，大家现在看到是迪迪 TV 为大家带来的2017索尼 PSX 的发布会，大家可以持续锁定我们的频道，以及我们的直播台，我们待会为大家带来更多精彩的游戏直播以及视频。我们接着往下看吧。
What I think is 2017's biggest game. So please welcome Herman Hulst from Guerrilla Games.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Herman Hulst.
I'm wearing a tall neck tonight. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Herman.
Chris it.
来一个地平线的这个制作人。
Wow, we have a
我
lot
们
of
继续来听吧。
Yeah, we do. Big family. Yeah.
We love.
How are you guys?
Herman, you're looking rested.
You know, taking my time. I'm here on vacation for 40 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from my perspective, 2017 has kind of been the year of Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, it's clearly a humongous hit. I mean, people have fallen in love with this. It's a tremendously great-looking game on PlayStation 4 Pro or on standard PlayStation 4. Nominations out the wazoo, and you guys just shipped the Frozen Wilds too. I mean, that's one hell of a year.
It's been a fantastic year. I mean, we worked on this game for 7 years, and then when you finally get it in the hands of you guys, and we hear about it and we see people being so active, it's just heartwarming for us.
Yeah, and then you got the Frozen Wilds, which you just put out too. I mean, that's a whole bunch of new content. It's unusual to see an expansion, I think, of that size come out the same year as a title as big as Horizon Zero Dawn.
And you know what? We actually just started working on it the week after we shipped.
Oh, yeah?
So there was no preparation, there was no time for that at all. So it was a good chunk of content that we made in, 8-9 months. So it's been a busy year.
Impressive. So, you know, given the fact the game is a huge hit, what sort of surprised you most in terms of the fan reaction?
Wow, there's been so many surprises on this project. I would say just the feedback from the audience. I mean, we've had such amazing responses. We got this is a mail that Sean forwarded on to me from a president of one of the game studios. He had 4 daughters, and he just sent this note that his daughters, young girls, they rearranged the furniture in their home. So that they could practice like Aloy, because it was a character that for the first time actually looked like them. And it's these kind of responses, or it's the cosplayers that so many of them, they've come out to the studio, they've kind of become super fans, they invest so much in them, or the sheer amount of time that people spend in the game. Photo mode, some people have spent weeks and weeks just.
今天我们就是一起来看这个 PSX 的发布会，以及后续的这个访谈，并不会去播 Switch。如果想看 Switch 的话，就下次来我们的频道进行观看。
One, it's great to have such a strong female protagonist that has been, loved by the entire PlayStation community. We've just created a whole new icon for our industry.
Beautiful game, one of my absolute favorites this year. Now, okay, from my selfish perspective, one of the reasons I'm so pleased to see Horizon be such a huge hit is because, well, it's a single-player game. And I love single-player games. I mean, I think it's fair to say it seems like people still want them. What do you think?
I've answered that question right there.
I think they're dead, man. No, you know, the strange thing is it's by far our best-selling game, and it's the first solely single-player game that we've made in a long time. I don't really get the debate that much. To me, when you're somebody like myself, sometimes you're after this kind of magical, unbroken narrative experience, and there is no other way really than having that single-player experience. So there will always be a market for that. It's hugely important.
Especially in a world as unique and exotic and interesting as Horizon Zero Dawn, with a character as interesting and unique as Aloy. So
you don't want to be interrupted. You want to be in that magic spell and stay there. And that's why sometimes a single-player game can be the best option.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Herman, you're going to stay with us here tonight, and we're going to have some other folks dropping in. Thank you so much, Herman. Horizon is not the only narrative-based single-player game PlayStation's focused on right now. Anyone interested in a small, handcrafted artisan franchise by the name of God of War?
I am.
Okay. Well, in that case, how about we welcome Cory Barlog? He's a creative director at Santa Monica Studio.
这边是开始要讲战神
Ladies
了。
and gentlemen, please welcome Cory Barlog.
上到莫妮卡的这个导演来聊这个魁言战神，我们来听吧。战神也是索尼
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Here.
明
All right,
年
well, you know what? I'm
比
gonna
较
cut to
重
the
头的一个
chase
游
on
戏
this
了。
one. Can we get a little bit of a status check on God
应
of
该
War?
是
How's
明年的
everyone
3月份发售，前面是有一些这个泄露。
Jesus, Sid, no kind of run-up?
No.
No foreplay, just right to it.
我们来听吧
It's。going really good. We are in a final phases right now, doing a lot of play testing. He's very excited. I'm very excited. But it is, you know, it's a big game. I can't hear you. Louder? Freebird? Is that what?
Freebird.
You feeling confident, Cory?
Oh, absolutely. I'm feeling very good about things. I would love to be able to tell people when we're going to release it, but my dog ate the release date, so I don't have that right now. But I can tell you a little bit more about it. Right now, we are in the playtesting phases. In fact, this week we just finished up a playtest. And over the last 4 or 5 playtests we've been clocking in, I think the total gameplay time is somewhere in the arena of 25 to 35 hours.
Whoa.
So
Huge game.
That's big. I mean, I got
it's not as big as his game, but I'm, you know, getting there.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's getting there. I mean, I got to say, I was assuming it was in the maybe 10, 15, 20 hours.
Yeah, that's what I was telling people.
Yeah.
And then we sort of accidentally made it a lot bigger.
Oops. Yeah. It's twice as big as we expected. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, Sean, you know, a question I've been wondering about. Cory obviously has a very unique vision here for God of War. It is quite a shift from what we've seen from the last six games, I think it is, in the series.
Right.
So what was it about Cory's pitch and his vision that sold worldwide studios on this new God of War?
A bribe.
Well, he said he'd ship in 2018. Cory has so much expertise and knowledge and special secret skills, as if he might have sat in some library at some university and reading all the forbidden, you know, Norse mythology books they have in the back room.
This is totally true.
And so when he took me through his vision for the game and really taking it to a new place, not only by the camera angle, but the type of story we're telling.
其实一个好的游戏
more narrative driven and not
超过15个小时的这个流程，就算是很棒的。
This is exactly the place where we need to take something like the God of War franchise. It keeps it true to its roots, yet makes it new all over again for a new audience. And that's what Corey sold me on. It took him about 90 minutes to tell you. I just told you in 4 minutes, but it was exactly what.
I'm a bit loquacious like that.
But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the guy who's already shipped his game, and this is the guy who's in crunch.
He is way more relaxed.
Compare and contrast.
What are you still doing here, man? You gotta be. What's the bug count?
Right. I'm getting texted right now with the bug count.
So Corey, the game is at least bigger than I expected. I can say that based on what you've been telling me. It's large. It's large. So, but in a big world like that, how do you sort of keep a narrative focus? Like, how do you stay on track with the player?
Oh, very, very, very carefully. I mean, playtesting honestly has really helped us a lot to figure out how we keep the player focused. And one of the original things I was talking to people about was treating the game like a tour bus. So that you're in this massive world and we're sort of rewarding the player for being curious, and you can kind of pull the string to get off the tour bus, which the tour bus is the narrative in this story. And you can kind of go look around, check out the world, but the bus is always a few steps away, no matter what you do. So it's kind of a fun exploration in the world.
The tour bus.
The tour bus.
I think we use the analogy of a theme park just around the corner here, Disneyland, for Making Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh.
We're a tour bus.
And that really was like a theme park. Too.
It's a theme park.
It's amazing.
So, Corey, since we got you here, I wanted to run through the latest gameplay footage, actually, that we saw at Paris from God of War. But because we got you here, you can add some context and some information that we maybe didn't have back then.
Oh, good.
So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and roll that.
So
go ahead and roll that.
I'm going to say something right away. I was talking about playtesting. We were still building the system for the kids' ability to talk in-game, the banter system, we call it. So Atreus in the game wasn't fully talking a lot, so when we made this video, I was dropping the audio in without us having play tested it. So I treat this video a little bit like it was a giant playtest with the world. So we sort of discovered, as we sent it out, in a playtest that was happening almost the same time this was coming out, that we were
这边
like,
是的一个播片，我们来看，
we need to chill that out a little bit. So it was kind of a fantastic realization.
有点像是
This
实
right
机
here is just was meant to give you a little bit of a glimpse into sort of the moment-to-moment combat. Previous ones we had focused a little bit on the story and the tone and the world, and this is kind of giving you that sense that we haven't really lost that pick-up-and-play aspect of God of War. In all the encounters, we're really going to allow the player to really open up and use their own creativity in each of the experiences, using the environment, using other characters against each other. It's very fun. And this is really just a area you find in the game when you're around exploring. So this is not even the sort of main critical path.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's kind of honeycombed with secrets and extra paths.
Honeycomb, that's nice. I'm
You
gonna
like
use
that? Yeah.
It's good.
Put that in the marketing
It
book,
is
you know?
absolutely honeycombed.
What do you think it is?
Now, I remember there being something here at the end of this.
Oh, yeah. Well, because it was Halloween, right? You just got to scare the shit out of people.
Anything you can share about that particular ghoul?
That's the Revenant, one of the characters that we've introduced in the Lost Pages. And those are characters that are practitioners of Sather magic, and they've been doing it for so long they've kind of lost their humanity and their sort of human form, if you will, possessed by the drug of magic.
The drug of magic,
Right.
all right.
And it's a honeycomb, right?
So we have tour buses, we have honeycomb.
Right.
That's right. Theme park.
I'm so good at this.
Corey, it's been 6 games. This will actually be the 7th game, I believe, in the God of War series.
I think it's actually, if you include the mobile,
I was
like on
wondering
8,
if, yeah,
right?
so let's
God of War
call it
Betrayal, man. It's all about that.
That's right. So how do you keep up with fan expectations? I mean, there's a big history with this title.
There really is. Very tirelessly, we are constantly getting feedback from our playtesters, paying attention to what people are seeing when we are showing stuff. This is a labor of love for everybody at Santa Monica. So a lot of people have worked on this franchise from the beginning. We care a tremendous amount about this game. So we hope that you all do as well.
Herman, I mean, you guys shipped this year. Do you have any advice?
You keep going back to these.
I know. I'm trying to help you.
Right.
I'm trying to help you.
All right,
Herman, you
sure.
guys shipped, so you've been where where Corey is right now. Do you have any words of wisdom, any advice?
Lots of coffee.
Right.
No, so Corey's now in a place where you're peak productivity. Every hour counts. I really don't know what he's doing here right now. He should be back in the studio. But it's also the most interesting phase in the project where everything kind of falls into place. And I know because we're pretty close, Guerrilla Games and Santa Monica Studio, we actually visit each other. We do an exchange program. We have a lot of people that have been on site of this team. And I know that these guys are in a situation now where everything is falling into place. So it's going to be magical. I can't wait to visit soon.
Yes. I want to visit you guys too. I never have gotten a chance. Everybody else goes out there.
The invitation is open.
Right.
You're
All right.
busy.
Finish the game.
Totally going out there. We should crowdfund that.
Did we say that Corey needs to go finish the game? Did we say that?
You speak for a lot of people here. I think we just say that.
Right. We'll just delay the game. I'll go out there.
Corey, I don't know if you got a chance to check out the God of War booth that's actually being built right this minute here at PlayStation.
I have not seen it live in person. I've seen photos and then heard about it over the phone. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to, there's a lot of great photo ops. You'll be able to kind of wear the Kratos face paint, be able to don the armor, take photos. But there's a special reward for those who are brave enough to get their head shaven.
Yeah.
Any takers out there? Who's daring enough?
Seriously?
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Well.
Okay, we're gonna do it now. I left it at home.
Corey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're gonna have some other guests dropping by here. On that note, it sounds like some folks here watched the Game Awards last night, right? Okay. We got an awesome new look at Dreams, and I thought it might be fun to learn a little bit more about it. What do you think? All right, well, please welcome Siobhan Reddy from Media Molecule.
这边又是一个播片，下面将会有这个想要打气球的这个团队上来。
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Siobhan Reddy.
Hello. Hi. I didn't really thought I was. Hello. Oh, hugs.
I made you shake it one second.
Hello. Good to see you. Hello.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
This is the more relaxing seat.
This is so relaxing.
It's lovely. It's
I
very
feel
nice.
separate.
Well, we could just
I
all.
feel apart.
This is the stress seat. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll take it on. All right.
Siobhan, I gotta ask, I mean, what's Media Molecule been up to lately?
Well, we have just been so busy. Heads down, getting Dreams ready for everybody. So we're so excited to be here at PSX and sharing the project. You know, for us, like we're a studio that loves to, you know, bring new experiences and innovative new experiences to everybody, and can't wait to see what you're going to do with it.
How would you describe Dreams? I mean, it seems like a game that's kind of hard to describe, if I'm frank.
Well, I mean, so we did make Little Big Planet, and for us, Dreams is our next step into the Play, Create, Share domain. And I mean, in the trailer that we released last night, like the really important thing about that announced our story mode and sort of showed what the story is that we're making. But also the really important thing about that is that everything was made in Dreams. So, you know, create this time.
这个是一个实际画面。
Anything, you can create games, you can create movies, like all of the characters, the animation.
这款叫做《梦的游戏》的一个实际画面，看上去还相当的不错。
And then you can share it with the world. So really, it is like that next step on with Play, Create, Share.
Tell us a little bit more about what we're seeing here in the story mode. I mean, I think there was sort of like 3 different dreams or universes that we were kind of looking at.
Oh, it's cool. So here you have little debug. So basically, our story mode is 3 interwoven stories, and it's called Art's Dream. And here you're seeing debug. This is the sort of more sci-fi theme. And we decided that instead of just sort of going with one type of gameplay and one type of look, we would do the 3. So this is a sci-fi, and we also have the sort of film noir setting, which is point-and-click adventure, and there is the childhood fantasy, which is kind of classic MM with a bit of horror stuck in.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing this
here
right now. Yep.
Noir. Yep.
Looks lovely. I mean, it's so interesting to me. You could build something like this. I mean,
they look so different all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of the point, because we want to show people the breadth of what can be done with the tools. And you know, this theme here, the mystery theme, is it's absolutely gorgeous. The whole theme is just drop dead stunning. And for us, like, it was really important sort of to bring in these, you know, painterly looks and sort of the chiseled characters. Here we have a map, and so this is sort of how the dream is laid out. And so you'll see that as you play through it, we're beginning here now into Art's dream. So yeah, Art here is the main character, and this is again in the noir setting. But yeah, for us it was the idea of like taking these 3 different settings and sort of binding them together into an interwoven narrative for people to experience.
And not to belabor the point, but you've made all of this in the Dreams engine.
That's right. All of it is running real time in Dreams. Right. All made in Dreams, running real time.
And the tools are there that someone could recreate that.
That's right. Yep.
On their own.
Yep. They're all there.
Wow.
I mean,
I mean, that's the exciting thing.
Yeah, I've just always been wondering with this title. I mean, how far sort of does the rabbit hole go when it comes to genres? I mean, can you make like racing games? Can you make RPGs? Yep. Can you make? I mean,
I think what we learned from LBP is give people the tools, and they'll be able. We just saw the most extraordinary things. And Dreams is just it's just so much deeper than LBP. So I mean, for us, like we're so excited because there's absolutely the sky is the limit. And I think that we'll actually start to see almost like a bit of genre bending, you know, different genres coming together, and that's going to be super exciting.
No, it strikes me, Corey, I mean, you know, would there be any benefit to God of War maybe borrowing some of this Dreams technology? And would that help you get across the finish line a little quicker?
I would have had a release date today had I had.
Speaking of that, actually, Shaban, do we have a target release time here for Dreams?
So we're releasing 2018.
Great.
Yeah. So we're ready, getting ready. Yep.
I would imagine you need some kind of beta or something to really launch a game like this.
That's right. Yeah. So we're going to do a beta prior to launch, but yeah, we're not announcing the exact dates just yet. But yeah, that will definitely happen, and we know that our community are desperate to get it onto the beta, so we'll be definitely doing that.
And so are your sister studios within the World Studio.
I know. Well, you know,
Anxious
come
to
on over.
We'll do.
Yeah.
I'm sure
we get a copy early, right?
Yeah. Well, we'd love to do the jam, Worldwide Studios Jam. Like, how cool would that be?
I like that.
Awesome.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I mean, we're going to do
jamming.
it. Like, I just think it would be the best.
I'll cover the pizza for that.
All right, thanks, Shaban. You know, we've been doing a lot of talking here tonight. I kind of feel like playing a game, you know? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you want to play a game?
Play something.
Play a game with us? Okay. Any of you guys have any ideas about a fun game to play with friends?
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee?
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to just sit down and play Yahtzee right here on the stage. I've got an idea.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. That's Overcooked. Overcooked is a brilliant game. No, we're not going to play Overcooked up here. We're going to play...
We've done Until Dawn before in the group setting.
Yes. We're going to play Detroit Become Human. Please welcome Guillaume from Quantic Dream.
下面开始要玩游戏了，玩这个底特律。底特律成为人类也是我比较期待的一个游戏，里面讲了一些关于人性的一些东西。如果到时候能直播的话，我们就会带来直播的，希望大家持续锁定我们的频道。
A lot of people.
A lot of people here, yeah. This is going to be exciting. We got the idea from the very first PlayStation experience, by the way, where we fired up Until Dawn. Great game. I'm sure you guys are fans of it. And had everyone cheer and hoot and holler to decide what actions we should take. But before we do that, we'll do that in just a minute. Guillaume, I wanted to ask, what inspired Detroit Become Human?
Well, as you know, in 2011, we started to work on a tech demo called Kara.
Oh, yeah.
And, this Android that is getting built. And when it released in 2012, we showed it as a prototype. Everyone was asking us, what happens to Kara when she goes out into the world? And so David Cage and the team started to work on, what happens when she comes out. And so we imagined this world in about 20 years when human-like androids are really commonplace. So they're everywhere. They've taken on actually most jobs of humans. And although they look and speak and behave like human beings, they're only machines. They're really at the service of humans. And so in the game, you're going to play as 3 of these androids. Kara, of course, Connor, and Marcus. And they're each very different models. They have their own backstory. They have their own place in society. And as the player, you will have to make critical decisions that is going to impact their fate. So you're really going to be in control of the story and change the way the story unfolds.
I love games like this. I love games like this. And the great news is this is playable here this weekend at PlayStation Experience. But I don't want to wait. Why wait, right? I want it all. I want to open my presents right now.
现场会有这个底特律成为人类的试玩。
Please. Guillaume will be playing on PS4 Pro. And here's what's going to happen.
然后用这个 PS4 Pro 去试玩这个底特律成为人类，我们一起来看。
And you're going to do that by making noise, right?
I don't hear you well, so please. So a little bit of context. We're playing this hostage scene, which is the very first scene in the game. We're playing as Connor. Connor is a prototype. He's been built to investigate deviant androids that all of a sudden do something weird. And so we're going into this hostage scene where the house android has taken a little girl hostage. And we're going to try and save the girl. X for Sean, no? Okay, now I'm in control of the character. I can really move him around the way I want with the left analog stick. With the right analog stick, I can interact. Take it. So Connor is very intelligent. Shall I save the fish or not? Oh, too late, too late. There's no sound.
An android?
All right, ma'am. You need to go.
You can't do that. Why aren't you sending a real person?
从这个实际画面来看，确实这一座底特律成为人类确实还做得不错。 这怎么选
？Remember that every action has a consequence.
可以。它有多种这个结局，应该是。
So at any moment you can hold R2, and you enter what we call the mind palace of the character. Shows you your objectives.
好，大家现在看到的是迪迪 TV 为大家带来的。 2017索尼 PSX 发布会的直播，希望大家持续锁定我们的频道。我们将给大家带来更多精彩的游戏直播以及是视频。现在看到的是现场的也是这个《底特律成为人类》这么一款游戏。
Captain Allen, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife.
It's firing at everything that moves. It already shot down 2 of my men. We could easily get it, but they're on the edge of the balcony. If it falls, she falls.
Okay, quick. So I can ask him about the deviant's name, emotional shock.
Has he experienced an emotional shock recently?
I haven't got a clue. Does it matter?
I need information to determine the best approach. tried its deactivation codes.
First thing we tried. Listen, saving that kid is all that matters. So either you deal with this fucking android now, or I'll take care of it.
Okay. Don't know if we said the right thing here, but okay. So, as Connor, the investigator, I have special abilities. One of his abilities of Connor is that he can analyze evidence. And if you find all the evidence, you can then put them together. And you enter into the reconstruct mode. So you can basically reconstruct what has happened in a recent past. So here, for instance, you can see that someone has taken this wallet here. So the deviant took the father's son. Okay, so we have unlocked something here, apparently, that we may use later in the game. So I'm going to further investigate this apartment, which is actually fairly large. So here, sorry, up.
Oops.
So there's really nothing you have to do. So back here. Okay, now we know the deviant's name is Daniel. Maybe something that we can use later on. Way up. Good. So at any moment, I can press R2 here and see, you know, those little yellow flags. That's an indication of everything that's interactive in the scene. So let's take a look at this person here. I have a bad controller, that we know now. Okay, and now I can reconstruct and try to understand what happened with him. And it's really part of the gameplay to also play with the camera. Try to find clues.
This is kind of creepy, Guillaume.
Okay, we found something. I've unlocked a new evidence that I'll be able to analyze. Okay, now we understand probably what happened. Deviant was going to be replaced, didn't like it. Oops. All right, so that is a soft reminder that time is of the essence. here again, I can reconstruct the events.
没错，这个底特律跟这个超凡双生和暴雨都是同类型的这种电影游戏，但是底特律这边的这个关于人性的东西会更多。
Now I found a weapon. Should I take the weapon? Okay, so now I have a 78% probability of success. Shall I? Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, now we need to be quick.
Don't come any closer or I'll jump. Hi, Daniel. My name is Connor. How do you know my name? I know a lot of things about you. I've come to get you out of this.
Ooh, I need to approach slowly. So, what do you want?
You need to trust me. Let me help. I don't want your help. Nobody can help me.
Shall we help the cop?
He's losing blood. If we don't get him to a hospital, he's going to die. All humans die eventually. What does it matter if this one dies now? I'm going to apply a tourniquet. Don't touch him. Touch him and I kill you.
What should I do?
Okay? Are you armed?
Truth or lie?
I don't have a gun. You're lying. I know you have a gun. I'm telling you the truth, Daniel. I came here unarmed.
Okay, so now we can use what we've unlocked. Quick.
I know you and Emma were very close. You think she betrayed you, but she's done nothing wrong. She lied to me.
That's good.
I thought she loved me. But I was wrong. She's just like all the other humans.
What should I do? Quick.
They were going to replace you, and you became upset. That's what happened, right? I thought I was part of the family. I thought I mattered. But I was just their toy. Something you throw away when you're done with.
What should I do? Quick.
Listen, I know it's not your fault. These emotions you're feeling are just errors in your software. No, it's not my fault. I never wanted this. I love them, you know? But I was nothing to them. Just a slave to be ordered around.
如果我没有记错的话，这段好像在之前的演示当中也有过。
Tell that helicopter to get out of here.
我们还是继续来吧。
I'm your last chance, Daniel. If you let it slip, they'll kill you. Let the hostage go. You have no other choice. I want everyone to leave. city, I'll let her go.
Quick, show you. I knew you would say that.
迪特律确实做得好啊！
Nice job, nice job.
我们一起期待这款游戏的正式
You guys should be
发
very
售。
proud you
如果
saved
到时候
the
能播的
fish.
话，我们会跟大家带来直播的，请大家持续锁定我们的频
Incredibly
道。
tense. And I'll tell you, I played that
我们
two
继续
or
往
three
下听吧。
times. I didn't even know you could do that. I would always talk them out of it, or I mean, how many ways are there to solve that situation?
There are many ways, but more than the different endings, and that's true for this scene, but for all the other scenes, everything that you do has a consequence. And so you have to experience it for yourself, because watching someone play and playing it yourself is really totally different. But we're really trying to give players the possibility to make decisive decisions that are going to impact each of the characters' fate and totally change the story. And it's really our most ambitious project. It's the most branching narrative that we've ever created. And it's also the most incredible game that we've created, because we are touching upon certain themes that are, socially relevant. And we hope, we think that we're going to touch players on an emotional level and give them the opportunity to experience something really, really different.
Well, you touched me on an emotional level, I can tell you that right now. What about you guys down there?
Touched.
Yep. Touched.
Wow. Intense.
How many pages is the script? I need to know.
So David Cage says 2,000. I counted them. It's slightly more.
Yeah, slightly more. That's a lot more, probably.
Yeah. Well, we are at the end of the development, obviously, and yeah, we have thousands of story permutations that we're going through. It's hell.
So wait, you have been working on this for 7 years, and you said you were working on yours for how long were you working on yours?
Pretty much, yeah.
Seven?
I mean,
Seriously,
that's the
I'm
magic
5
number.
years,
It's the magic number.
less than 5 years.
We'll be
I worked
thinking
for
about
extra
the
2
game.
years,
We're
too.
thinking about the game for 3 years, then we start developing.
Oh, there you go. So 10.
But it's necessary.
Everybody's just trying to top me. That's cool.
Finish the game, Corey.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to. Now I want to take an additional 2 to 3 years.
Do I have more time?
No, I'm just kidding. 2 years is fine. Yeah.
Great job, everybody. You saved the hostage. That was Detroit
And the
Become
fish.
Human. Play it this weekend.
And you
Play
saved
that.
the fish.
Get a totally different experience. Who knows? That is coming out next year, right? Next year on PS4?
It is coming out next year in spring.
I am buying that.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Oh, Guillaume, you just laid it right out there.
Exclusive. Okay, well, very cool, very cool. Good stuff so far. But I gotta say, who wants to see some trailers? You want to see some new game trailers?
我下面要播一个预告片，
Let's see some new game
我们来
trailers.
看。
Roll it.
So what is this? Like, hole simulator?
It's kind of cool. You put trash in the hole and it gets bigger.
干脆面，
You know what would be cool? If it actually ran at 60
这
frames
是个什么
per
游戏
second.
呢？
Dude, it does. Look at the screen.
Does it have a platinum trophy?
I
看
don't
上
know.
去画面挺可爱的，还不错。
So like, what's the point of the game?
There's puzzles. If you collect the kiln, the hole catches on fire.
Oh, sick. This game has up dog, right?
What's up, dog? What's up, dog? Seriously, what's up, dog?
哇，神秘的洞网。可以，这个游戏可以玩一玩。我感觉跟那个模拟山羊有的一拼。甜甜圈，2018年，可以，这个游戏可以玩，挺好的。我们继续来看吧。 现在是这个 PlayStation VR 的游戏的这个播片。奇坎应该不会在这上面有吧，因为奇坎并不是索尼的独占游戏。奇坎主要还是玩这个 mod 嘛，玩 PC 版会比较的不错。
これも可能性かよ。なら全員ぶっ飛ばすだけだ。
这是苍来的一个播片。
Just a minute. 这边又播了一遍昨天在这个 TJ 年度游戏大赏上所播过这个刀魂，我们再看一遍吧。这也是目前为数不多的这个剑的这个格斗。 Oh gods, guide me. 卡表，这个应该是怪物猎人世界了吧？然后明天也就是10号，应该是就可以以这个 PS4 Pro PS 这个金会员的这个身份去玩这个怪物猎人世界的一个试玩版。如果有的话，可以去玩一玩。怪物猎人世界也是非常棒的游戏。
Quite a sight.
Just wait till we're finished.
Soon, I hope.
Yeah, the Second Fleet always delivers.
It's up to you to stop it. This whole operation rides on how well.
这画质确实做得非常的好。但是到时候我们很有可能不会跟大家带来直播。 因为我并不是一个怪物猎人玩家，所以说到时候看情况吧。大家持续锁定我们频道，就能知道我们到时候播不播怪物猎人世界。
feel so compelled, then we will cross paths again at the end of all this.
Where have we been?
洛克人吗？哦，有点搞笑。像素画风在这种，哎呦，真的搞笑。
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Andrew House and Mark Cerny.
是不是要上来讲这个《纳克大冒险2》？《纳克大冒险2》，我们之前也是跟大家做这个体验视频，大家去我们视频频道哔哩哔哩、优酷及 YouTube 迪迪TV 进行观看。
Wow, a lot of people.
Yep.
我们来听他怎么说吧。
Andy, you've been at the heart of PlayStation for over 20 years now, and you've been planning a change for the last few months. Is there a little you can tell everyone about that?
Sure. You know, in essence, I have been with PlayStation since the start, and I've been through some good times and some not so good times. And I think right now the business is probably in the best shape, our platform, our games, than I've ever seen it. And thank you. I hope you guys agree. And with that, and having finally achieved the creation of Sony Interactive Entertainment, bringing all of our company together under one roof. And then on top of that, having been with the same company for 27 years, 14 of those years working in Japan, it just felt like the right time to hand a great thing to the next generation, and for me to just go and find one more adventure.
今次的 PSX 很可能不会放出《血月诅咒2》的这个消息，我们到时候看吧，现在还不知道。
So tonight we have a special guest who also wants to celebrate your impact on gaming. But before that, let's roll video.
Once there was an explosion.
这边又是一个播片。
Once there was an explosion.
哦，又昨天的那个《死亡搁浅》，我们再看一下。
Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
They're here. I can't get you out! Sam!
Shut up. Don't even breathe.
人王2肯定没有那么早。 因为人王现在不是才会登录到这个 Steam 平台嘛，所以说还是等人王的年度版会比较好吧。
was an explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
哇，这真的是太棒了！就是不知道这个什么时候出。死亡搁浅，确实看的这个片子看几遍都觉得很棒啊。嗯？小岛秀夫要上场吗？我们看一看小岛秀夫会不会登场。
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hideo Kojima.
哦，小岛秀夫，当然他昨天也是在 LA 参加了这个 TGA 的年度大场，来到这边也是应该是理所应当的事了吧。现场都沸腾了。这小岛身上别的那带的那是什么东西？
So that trailer is a little strange, but the strangest thing is that after you played the game for 4 or 5 hours, all of that starts to make sense.
我们来听他们怎么说吧。
So, Andy, I know you and Kojima-san have a long history together. How did you meet?
We met under the worst of all possible circumstances. It was E3, I was responsible for running the show, and I was hosting an event, and I got a call on my cell phone saying, Kojima-san's code has just been stolen by a fan from the booth, and you have to go tell him. So went out into the night, we had tracked him down to a restaurant, and we called him outside, and on the sidewalk in LA told him that his precious code had been stolen, and we had no idea where it was. And I remember the looks on people's faces as some short guy was bowing deeply on the sidewalk in LA to apologize for what had just happened. Anyway, the relationship could only go in one direction from there, which is obviously up. So I'm pleased to say. ね。
ご飯を食べてて、テラスみたいなところで食べてて、平井さんも見ましたけど、アンジーさんがなぜかこう近づいてきて、こうご飯を食べてたんですけど。
Yeah, we were eating together.
その聞かされて、アンジーさんがずっと謝ってたんで。
We were eating at terrace, and for no reason, for no apparent reason, Andy comes out of nowhere and approaches, and then he tells the news and he starts to apologize deeply. I remember that.
And Kojima-san's face just went white as a sheet. I've never felt so bad in my life.
でも忘れられないですよね。はい。
まさに。
その前からアンディさんとは結構会議とか会ってましたけど、あの時がこうなんていうんですか、こうすごく近くに感じた時です。
It's hard to forget that. I mean, before that, I've been with Andy meetings and whatnot, but that was the first time that I really remember, closing the distance with Andy.
So, Death Stranding. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came together?
ですね。先ほどトレーラー出てましたけど、あれは実機で動いてます。プレイステーションプロで 4K です。はい。
So you just saw the trailer. That is all working in real time in a PlayStation 4 Pro.
で後半ノーマンがこう水中みたいなとこ漂ってて自分の中に入ってきますね。あそこはプレイヤブルです。
And also in the latter half of the trailer, you see Norman in like water, kind of swimming, going to his own body. That's playable.
Wow.
Wow.
So how did Death Stranding come together? We can skip that. So maybe the world knows. So, what are some of your favorite memories together?
まあ食事を一緒によくしてます。ずっと前から。
We often go and grab lunch or dinner together.
で大体仕事の話は我々しませんので。
And we barely ever talk about work.
大体70年代、80年代の、テレビドラマ、これは主にアメリカ、ヨーロッパとか、そういうのをすごく。
We mainly talk about 70s, 80s TV shows, mainly American or European TV shows.
Okay, so Kojima-san has been very modest here because he will take on pop culture trivia in the US and Japan, 70s, 80s, and he will kick your ass. He's just an encyclopedia. I would also add that I think the most fun time most recently was sort of building a different form of relationship and seeing at first hand the sort of rebirth of Kojima Productions and having Sony be part of that has just been really, really phenomenal from my point of view.
まあ独立するときにですね、まあいろんなところからオファーがありました。
So when I became independent, I was fortunate enough to receive offers from many different people.
で、まあいろんなところあったんですけども、やっぱり自由にものづくりがしたいので、僕のことを理解してくれているところとやりたいなというのはずっとありました。
So I had this many offers, but I wanted to keep my freedom to create exactly what I wanted. So I wanted to work with someone that understood me.
で、アンディさんにお会いして。こんなものを作りたいんだよとっていう相談をしました。
And well, I met with Andy and I told him, you know, this is kind of what I want to do.
普通は、役員室で何十人もいるところでピッチというのを散々やるわけですよ。こういうものをこういう狙いでこんだけ売り上げがあってこんだけで作りますっていうのをしないといけないんですけども。
So normally what you would do after this point is you go into executive meetings and you do a pitch of this is kind of the expected revenue, this is exactly what I'm planning and what kind of target audience I have. That's what would normally happen.
で、その時アンディさんに2、3分内容を口頭で言っただけなのに OK っていうので。
So I remember at that point I just told Andy maybe 2-3 minutes about what I wanted to do and just told him I didn't have any document and he just said, yeah, OK.
で、最初の作品なんでやっぱりアンディさんね、だいぶ付き合いも長いですし、信頼関係もあるので、それで今回のデス・ストランディングができたと。アンディさんがいなければこれはなかった、生まれなかったものです。この赤ちゃんも生まれなかった。
And it would be the first work of Kojima Productions in the independent, so it was very important for me. And well, it was all because of Andy. Without Andy, none of this would have been possible. None of this, what you saw, would have been created. None of the baby giving the thumbs up would have been possible.
I think maybe a shout out to Herman and Guerrilla Games for Decima. Is in order. That was really it for questions. Any final thoughts? We've run. I know we needed more cards.
I think we throw it.
ちょっといいですか？で、アンディさんと一緒にやりましょうということで、まあ。去年の1月ですかね。
So, well, going lunch with Andy last year, I think it was in January.
で、企画は考えてたんですけども、テクノロジーが全くないので、エンジンもツールもないので、まあその時は事務所もなかったです。
I already had a good idea of what I wanted to do, but I didn't have the technology with me. I didn't have, I didn't even have an office at that time.
で、その時まあ友達のマークさんを思い出して、マークさんに相談しました。
So also thought of Mark and discussed with Mark.
で、マークさんと1月世界中のスタジオを回って、そこでヘルマンさんと出会って、今のデシマエンジンがあると。
And well, went on a tour through all the studios in the world with Mark, and at that point, I met with Herman, and well, that's what led to today.
これもよくいろんなところで喋ってますけども、いろんなスタジオを回ってプレゼンテーションを受けました。エンジンはこうだよとか、ツールはこうですよとかっていうのを受けました。
This is something I often mention, but in that tour, I went through different studios, and I got a presentation of what kind of engine each studio was using.
在稍后时我们也会把这个昨天的这个 TJ 以及是今天的这个 PSX 的视频一起传到我们的频道，大家可以去哔哩哔哩，也可以去 YouTube 的迪迪 TV 进行观看。我们还是继续来听小岛他们这么说吧。
でゲリラの皆さんはプレゼンテーション終わってで帰ろうとした時に一つの箱をくれたんですね。
And well, Guerrilla made their presentation showing us their engine, and when we were about to leave, they just gave us a small wooden box.
で箱を開けるとそこにゲリラのエンジンのソースコードが全部入ったものが入ってたと。
And well, when we opened the box, there was the whole source code of Guerrilla's engine.
で契約書も何も交わしてません。とにかく小島さんこれ持って帰ってくれと言われて、もうそこでもう泣きそうになって、もうこことゲームを作りたいってその時思いました。マークさんも同席されてたと思いますけど、はい。
It should be noted that at this point we had no contract, nothing, no boundaries, and they were just like, "Yeah, go ahead, please use our engine." This almost brought me down to tears, and at that point I made a decision. Okay, this is the people I want to work with. This is also in part thanks to Mark.
デスストランディングっていうゲームのテーマはつながりなんですよね。ストランドというか。
The theme of Death Stranding is connections.
で、最初にアンディさんとソニーさんとのつながりがあって、マークさんとのつながりがあって、ヘルマンさんのつながりがあって、皆さんとのつながりがあって、今ここにデスストランディングが紹介できるっていうのは非常に嬉しく思います。ありがとうございます。
It started with a connection with me and Andy that led to a connection with Mark, and that led to a connection with Herman and Guerrilla Games, and that led to a connection with all the people in here, and that all those connections led to having this running here today. So I want to thank everyone for this.
Thank you, gentlemen.
下面要进入下面的环节了。
Fun night, huh? You know, just get some old friends together. You know, just hang
继续
out.
尬聊。
Getting to be holiday times. I love spending time with friends and family. You know, and I count a lot of you among that. I mean,
我们继续来听他们尬聊吧。
Game development super group is stacked up on here. Just one huge name after another. Thank you so much for all of you.
We could start a musical act together. This would be wonderful, I think.
It would be incredible. What kind of game would we make if we made a game together? That's what I want to know.
We would make Death Stranding in dreams.
And it would ship in 2018.
And I still would not understand it.
Hari's on fire today.
There would be a story.
Yes, indeed. There'd be a great story.
That you'll understand at the very end.
It would come in under budget. And,
well under budget.
Well,
I'm sure.
And early, like all those things, all the things that happen.
That seriously is in your dreams.
Anyway, PlayStation Experience is just such a special time, and we have an incredible weekend lined up for everybody here. We've got all those big panels I was talking about earlier. Naughty Dog's bringing it, Sucker Punch is bringing it, Media Molecule's bringing it, and of course, tons of VR titles. Lots of stuff to play. I mean, Far Cry 5's at the top of my list. You're gonna be able to play Firewall Zero.
到时候我们看，如果能播的话，给大家来播一下。
Shadow of the Colossus series. It's the third time I've said it. I know.
大家持续锁定我们频道的。
Absolutely gorgeous. It's gonna make your eyes pop out of your head. And then don't forget, we've got Capcom Cup on Sunday as well. That's gonna be a lot of fun too. That's gonna be right here. I truly think it is our biggest PlayStation experience yet, and I hope you all agree when you get out there on the show floor tomorrow. Before we wrap up, though, Sean, there's been something I've been meaning to mention to you.
Way down here, all by myself on the stage.
Way down there. That's right. That's right. There's this this thing with this shirt. You know, I see it kind of peeking out there, out of your. What's the deal with that? Can we get a look?
So we kind of
在绞这个衣服。
tradition sort of happened by accident, and that I would wear a shirt on
这
stage
里面穿的是什么衣服？
to give an indication of kind of games to come in the future, things I want to see happen. There was the infamous Crash Bandicoot T-shirt experience, but it led our friends and partners at Activision to bring out Crash Bandicoot again, which is one of the biggest, one of our most successful titles this year. We've done that with Ratchet. We've done that with Wipeout, and now we have Wipeout VR coming.
Bib ribbon.
Yep. And so this year's shirt. Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, I don't exactly recognize it. Can you tell us anything about this?
Medieval.
Can you tell us what is that? Anyone knows what that is?
It says Sir Dan.
这个是一个什么游戏？有点像 Inside。
I've been getting a lot of feedback about the title Medieval. It's a really important title in my personal journey in my career.
这个应该是 PS2 时期的一个老游戏，将要重新制作。
Daniel needs one more resurrection, and this is the time to do it. Thank everyone for sending their suggestions to me. Serendipitously, I'd already had this one baking in the oven, and then I saw all the pressure coming.
我表示我不太懂 PS2 时期，所以说我们就期待一下这个游戏吧，应该也是反响应该非常不错。
Let's do that.
Well, he's back.
Finally, you can prove yourself as a warrior. Greetings, stranger. I'm back.
这个紧接着是一个播片。 哦，居然4K， 有点厉害，不愧是索尼大法。各位今天索尼大法好。
There you go. Medieval's coming to PS4. That's awesome.
One more thing. This shirt will also be available in the PS Store for the next 2 days at PlayStation Experience, and all proceeds from the sale of the Sir Daniel Resurrection shirt will go to Able Gamers. So. Please, everybody, grab one of these shirts over the next 2 days.
Fantastic stuff. So, hey, I want to thank all of our panelists. Thanks to all of you. It's been an honor. This is an incredible bunch. You guys have been great. We have an incredible weekend planned for all of you. Coming up next is Greg Miller with Kinda Funny. We're going to take a very short intermission, but we're just getting started, so stay with us.
Be sure to stick around.
"这边又会是一组播片，我们看一下。
Wait, listen, it was all his idea. He wanted me.
好吧，我们为大家带来的索尼 PSX 发布会就大家带到这里，大家可以持续锁定我们频道，在斗鱼贴、熊猫贴以及哔哩哔哩，大家关注我们视频频道，在哔哩哔哩、优酷、YouTube 的迪迪 TV。我是迪迪，我们在稍晚的时候会把直播视频上传到我们的视频频道。我们星期一会休息一天，星期二会正式直播。好了，我们星期二再见，拜拜，拜拜。